Welcome back to the channel, folks, for a somewhat different format today. Yes, I know there's two doors behind me and everything like that, and for those people that think I'm black, I'm not. I've been on my channel a lot. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to be reviewing the movie Bird Box today. With respect to the format, though, if there's a little bit jumping or anything like that, it's a new format, it's a new editing style for me, so apologies if there is any technical difficulty. I will iron it out if you guys like this format, though. Moving on, Bird Box is a Netflix movie which was released, I believe, 2 days ago, I think, the 21st. And it's swept around. Everyone seems to really, really love it. So I popped it on last night and I thought, yeah, let's give this a go. I'd seen the trailer and I thought this looked really, really quite good. Unfortunately, I was bitterly disappointed, and I did tweet about it, so if you don't follow me on Twitter, please do, over at Mr. H Reviews. However, this will be a kind of a spoiler review. I'll talk non-spoilers first, then get into the spoilers. And it will be rambly, it's a bit unscripted, but I just want to get my thoughts out there before the year's end. And before everyone, switches off YouTube for the Christmas period. So, what is Bird Box? Well, the synopsis is when a mysterious force decimates the population, only one thing is certain: if you see it, you die. Not bad. Quite good concept. The survivors must now avoid coming face to face with an entity that takes the form of their worst fears. Searching for hope and a new beginning, a woman and her children embark on a dangerous journey through the woods and down a river to find the one place that may offer sanctuary. To make it, they'll have to cover their eyes from the evil that chases them and complete the trip blindfolded. So, from the synopsis, I didn't really think it would be that. I mean, look, the synopsis, this is just if you Google it. Anyway, this is the synopsis. I don't think that's right. So let's talk about the entities that takes the form of the worst fear. That's nonsense. Because halfway through the movie, you've got someone seeing their mother, and she was really happy about it, and then she just jumped in a car and burned to death. I mean, it's not exactly her worst fear, is it? Seeing a mother, her dead mother. That's something that anyone would want to do. I mean, who wouldn't want to be reunited with a loved one that's passed away? So I don't think this is right. But anyway, the concept is great. The execution is poorly lacking. And as a concept, it's a relatively new concept. It's a great way to get around what would be considered a low budget as well. Although we'll get to that in a minute, because they didn't actually have a low budget. And what they did with it was shocking. So we'll talk about that in a second. The director is Suzanne Bier, and the producers, now this is where it's interesting. So the producers would make you think that this movie is going to be a lot better than it is. So we've got Chris Morgan, Clayton Townsend, Scott Stuber, should I say, and then we've got Barbara Muschietti. Now Barbara Muschietti, we know Andy Muschietti, Mama, It, and coming back for It Chapter 2. So just from producers alone, you'd be mistaken for thinking that, it'd be a fantastic movie. But it's really not. It's really, really lacking. The director is a Danish film director, which that doesn't have any specifics with respect to the movie on a whole or at large. But she has won an Emmy, and she's won European Film Awards as well. So I am really surprised overall that this just didn't... Like I said, the concept is a good concept, but the way it's executed is just with trope after trope after trope. So let's talk pros and cons. So the movie is... it's like a time jump movie. We start in the future or the present day, and then we do time jumps. So we jump back to the event starting, and then we work our way slowly towards where we are at the start of the movie. That's a good format for any film, to be perfectly honest. It works especially well with this, and it's executed very, very well. And the cast that's in it, again, I was expecting something stellar. In terms of the cast, let's talk cast. Sandra Bullock. She was great in this, and she really was, actually. Sandra Bullock is an interesting one because she was obviously a relatively serious actor and then went to incredibly comedic roles for a really long time. Now she seems to be pivoting back around to the serious type of films, and that bodes really, really well because she's a great actor. She was good in this. Then you got John Malkovich. Who doesn't like John Malkovich? I mean, he's an awesome actor. And he was good in it as well. The thing is that everyone was good in this movie. Although Machine Gun Kelly was in it. Why? Why were you in it, mate? I just don't understand. Some of the Sarah Paulson was in it. She was good. I mean, she wasn't in it for very long, but she was good. The whole idea is good, but if this synopsis is true, that it takes the worst fears, they don't even understand what they're talking about. It's an interesting movie, poorly executed. That's really the most that I can say in terms of the non-spoilers. There's not really much to it. So let's talk spoilers now. And again, I know that this is a bit disjointed. This is an unscripted review just because I need to get this out there and get my thoughts out there as well. So let's talk spoilers. Nothing is explained. Nothing is explained at all. In terms of the entities, it's essentially hinted at through the movie that these entities are, it's Judgment Day. That's what it's hinted at. Through various things, but then it absolutely kind of flips itself on its head when certain people are immune to it. They love the creatures. They think they're beautiful. So, and they're completely invisible, which is, again, it's a great way to get around a budget. But the budget was $20 million, and it doesn't look like a $20 million movie. I mean, this looks like something. I mean, it could have cost a couple million, basically. It didn't look like 20 million. I don't know where the 20 million went. There was a few action set pieces which I think definitely would have cost some money, but it would have been done, on set and stuff like that, so you wouldn't have really closed off roads or anything along those lines. So the set pieces that they comprised of for the action were good, and that's probably where the bulk of the budget went, outside of the actors, I guess, because for 20 million, there's some really unforgivable CGI. The birds that are in it are CGI. Don't really understand why. You could have just done some animatronic birds and it probably would have looked better than the CG for the birds. The entities were essentially people running around with wind blowers. That's kind of the impression I got. There was just people running about behind Sandra Bullock with wind blowers. Nothing is explained, basically. And it culminates in this scene at the end where the saving grace of this entire world is a school for the blind. I don't know. And Sandra Bullock's journey through this movie is just a bit contrived as well. She's pregnant at the start. She obviously has her baby during the movie. And then what we see at the, in present day, she's got 2 children. Obviously one person she was with along the way dies and stuff like this. And she takes her child and all this kind of crap. And I thought there would be something a little bit more interesting there. Maybe the children that are born when this event happens, they're immune because they see it, or anything along those lines. Who knows? And they did tease something like that as well, because a lot of people were looking for children. They wanted children. Even one of the crazy people that came in during this whole event that was happening when they were giving birth looked at the children, said, "Can I look at your children? Can I?" Was quite forceful with it as well. And when he looked at one of them, the girl who was imaginatively called Girl, again, what? He looked at this girl and was like, "Oh, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful." And then looked at Sandra Bullock's child and didn't really say anything along those lines. So they kind of laid breadcrumbs for something more with these children. The crazy people were looking for children when they were being notified about this sanctuary place at the end of the river. They were like, "Oh, do you have any children?" and all this kind of stuff. But it didn't go anywhere. It just didn't go anywhere. And I was expecting a lot more with that because it was teased so heavily. It's not a good film. I can't even recommend it for a Netflix movie, to be perfectly honest. I'm bored. I was messaging people throughout the movie. But don't get me wrong, I can pay attention whilst I'm messaging. It's just, there was so much of scenes which went nowhere that it just wasn't really worthwhile. The whole movie is well shot. It looks great in terms of the cinematographer and the direction and things like that. Awesome. You can't fault the way this film looks. It looks good. Story is just bad. The story is just bad. And I don't know whether this comes on, on the wave of Netflix trying to really up their game, whether I expect more from Netflix now, or I don't know what it is, but I go into Netflix movies and yeah, it's just maybe they've released so bad movies now that I'm just expecting them to not be very good. It's very difficult to say, but I wanted this to be good because the trailer looked great. I had every faith in this movie. I genuinely wanted this to be a good film, but it wasn't. So if you have seen it, I would really like to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Did you think that there would be like a greater tease with these children? Did you think there'd be a reason that these children were here? I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one that felt like they were hinting at something greater at large with the children at play. If you're new to the channel, I know this will probably be a very shocking review to kind of get introduced to my channel. Normally, I'm a disembodied voice and there's overlays of pictures and things like that, but today's a different style video. It's just quick to kind of get this out there. I would encourage you to go and check out my other movie reviews and things like that. I don't normally do them like this, but in terms of returning subscribers, if you like this format and you don't mind seeing this, then please do let me know down below in the comment section. However, moving forward, obviously these would be a little bit more scripted. It's just the time of year. In terms of anyone that is new here, please do hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy this. Like I said, I really do want to hear your thoughts down below though, because this movie is divisive. We talk about Rotten Tomatoes occasionally here on this channel, and the Rotten Tomatoes score is 65%. I wouldn't have even given it that, to be honest. To me, it's not worth 65%. It was just not a very good film. IMDb has given it a 6.8 out of 10. And I'm really surprised by that. It's just not that good. It's based on a book, as far as I can see, anyway. And the story's just not there. I don't know whether the book has more to it. They seem to just be capitalizing on the A Quiet Place style, I guess. But it just didn't quite work here. And I don't know why, but I would like to hear your thoughts as to why. If it didn't work for you. And if it did, genuinely, great. I don't want anyone to hate movies. So yeah, if it worked for you, awesome. Let me know. Tell me how wrong I am. As always though, guys, like I said, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a like and a share. As always, I have been Mr. H. Take care.